This lady thought about the difference between raising a daughter and a son. Just then, a child of a nearby patient was taking care of her mom while saying, "I don't want you to feel the pain." Meanwhile, the lady's son injured her while playing a game. The lady said, "Don't you see Mummy getting an injection?" But the son rudely said, "Just plug it in." The lady complained that her son was not as caring as the nearby patient's daughter and said to her husband, "Why don't we have a daughter?" But the nearby patient said caring behavior has nothing to do with the gender of a child, as children learn their attitude toward their mothers from their fathers. And if fathers do something wrong, children learn that. Then the lady remembered an incident from 3 days ago when she asked her husband for a glass of water as she couldn't reach the table. But her husband coldly replied, saying, "You broke your leg, not your arms. Your arms are okay. You can take care of yourself." She sadly said, "I couldn't reach up to there." He rudely said, "You are comfortably lying in the hospital. Have you seen what a mess there is at the house?" And their son also rudely said, "Mom lazes around and does nothing but waste money." She heartbreakingly said, "Who said I don't do anything? Who cleans the house? Who makes the food?" But the son ignored her, turned to his father, and said, "Father, let's go eat something." And the father said, "I am also hungry. Let's go." And they left from there. The nearby patient tried getting out of bed, but just then her husband came and said, "Don't move. If you need anything, just call me." She said, "It's just a small scratch and there was nothing serious to be hospitalized for. This was just a waste of money." But her husband said she got hit by an electric bike and might have internal injuries, and it's not a waste. Then their daughter said, "Mom, I'll spend my New Year's money on you as well, and it won't be a waste." Her husband asked why she was trying to get out of bed and asked if she needed anything. She replied, "I wanted to give her a glass of water, as it's inconvenient for her to get up." He replied, "I'll give her water, you rest." Later, the nearby patient's husband came with home-cooked food, but the lady was still waiting for her husband and son. The nearby patient offered her food, but she said, "My son and husband are coming soon and bringing food for me." The lady called her husband, asking when he was returning, and said it was already so late and she still hadn't eaten anything. But the husband casually said, "Why don't you order takeout?" And she replied, "It can be delivered to the door only. Why don't you come and take it?" But he replied, saying, "I'm busy." As she explained this, her husband said, "You were hospitalized recently, and it was normal for him to be careless, as he was always busy." The nearby patient said, "The child's attitude toward the mother depends on how the husband treats his wife." The nearby patient's husband added, "How can a child respect his mother when his father doesn't?" Then the lady's husband remembered the incident when he didn't care for his wife. The lady was saying to mop the floor after he takes a shower as the floor was too slippery. But the husband ignorantly said he would do it later and asked her not to be so annoying. She left to check on her kid, who was watching a movie on his tablet, delaying his homework. When the lady asked if he had completed his homework, he said, "I'll do it later. Don't be so annoying." She made him do his homework and left. Just then, she slipped on the floor and broke her leg while her husband said, "Can you not do anything properly? You even fall on flat ground," while her son mocked, saying, "Mom is just so stupid." Even after remembering the incident, the lady's husband replied, "It's normal for boys to be naughty, and you don't know because you haven't raised one." Just then, a boy entered the room with a flower bouquet and gave it to a nearby patient. The boy asked, "How are you, Mom? Does it still hurt?" The patient said she was okay and asked where he got the flowers. The boy replied, "I got it with my pocket money," and said, "I noticed you would be happy when father brought flowers for you." The patient's husband, turning to the lady's husband, said, "I know it because, coincidentally, I also raised a son." Later, when the lady was chopping vegetables, she hurt her finger and called her husband. But the son replied, "Don't be so pretentious. It's just a cut and will be fine in a few moments." But surprisingly, her husband scolded the boy, saying this was not the correct way to talk to his mother and put the band-aid on her wound. Then the son also apologized to his mother. Like and share if you believe that children mirror the love and respect they see at home. Whether son or daughter, every child learns how to treat their mother by watching their father. Subscribe if you agree that kindness starts at home, and it's never too late to change for the ones who love you unconditionally.